Hi, I'm Katie with Soundcraft. We're here at Sweetwater's GearFest 2013 and we're sitting in front of the new Soundcraft SI Expression. The SI Expression comes in three models. There's an Expression 1, 2 and a 3. They all have the same feature and function, but they have the difference between the amount of local mic pre's they have. The SI Expression 1 has 16 local mic pre's, the SI Expression 2 has 24 mic pre's, and the SI Expression 3 has 32 mic pre's. Also, the amount of surface faders you have varies. One of the cool features about the console actually is with each one of these fader layers, as you can see, the faders are motorized and these are also 100% assignable. So in any one of these faders that you see, I can assign any function to them, be it the bus master, I might have a Lexical Effects return, maybe I have a stereo channel, and I can actually assign these anywhere. The factory default mode is great for if you're making the transition from analog to digital. The console will default itself to patch 1-to-1. So if you want to pull out an analog console, you can just throw this one in its place and it will go 1-to-1. So you can pick up where you left off and keep that transition from analog to digital really smooth and easy. So as you see, as I went through these different fader pages, I have the colors on some of these faders. This is called Fader Glow. And what Fader Glow does is it's a feature that lets you know what the actual function is of any particular fader at a given time. Anytime there is no color, this means it's an input channel. Anytime you see that it's purple, this is stereo. Blue is always a Lexical Effect return. Yellow are always pre-fader buses, green are always post-fader buses, and amber or orange are always matrices. So when this is really helpful with the Fader Glow, I talked about the fact that you could have assignable layers. So why don't we say that this channel right here is our main vocalist, and then he also has a reverb on him and he's receiving an in-ear mix. So if I want to, I could manage his reverb down here with one of the Lexical Effects masters, and I could also manage his in-ear mix down here on my bus masters. But that means jumping between three layers. I'm going to go to select on my top layer, and what I'm going to do here is come up to my screen and go to fader setup, and I'm actually going to assign his effects return. So I can actually have his reverb sitting right next to him, and I'm going to give him the in-ear mix right next to that. So let me go through, grab mix number 1. So now I've got the vocalist, his reverb into the main mix, and his in-ear mix all lined up together. So as you see, you can start organizing the console so that it makes perfect sense to you as an engineer. In doing that, you may have other people that use your console. The SI Expression has a hierarchy where you're actually able to save different shows, save different cues, and also have security settings. You may have an inexperienced engineer who isn't quite ready to have full control of the board. So you would build in here a security profile to say volunteer or guest or new engineer, something like that, and say you can have access to just the fader levels but none of the channel strip, for example. So then when they log in, they've got a nice safe zone of just working with the control surface and they don't have to worry about any of the other parameters on a channel. Some of the other cool features, I talked about the Lexical Effect return here on the surface. What I actually have built into the console are 4 Lexical Effect units. Each one of these units has 29 different presets in it. So the great thing is I have a dedicated effects bus. So if I wanted to send this guy right here, the singer, to this effects bus, this one was effects bus number 3. So if I select effects bus number 3 right here in my effects bus masters, I'm able to bring up the actual channel that I'm going to do. So this is in line. This is like sends on faders. And this is versus going along a channel and dialing it in analog on an encoder. So I'm just going to raise it up because he was the first person on the surface. So this is in line. This is channel number 1. That's his send level into the effect. Here's the effect return master, and that's set. And I release the bus and come back to my mix. And remember, we assigned his effects return right here on the surface. So now we have his send level being managed. In addition to that, we also have Bss Graphic Eqs on every single bus. If I go down to my bus masters here and select a bus I want to assign it to, I can then assign my Bss Graphic Eqs, and you see we get a fader glow change again, this time to red. And I can bounce between my high and my low frequencies, go through and build the curve however I like. And then if I want to reset them, I just press on and they all come back to unity. Pretty cool. In addition to the Bss Graphic Eqs, on every single bus, every single input and output, you also have a parametric EQ. On all of your inputs as well, you have a high pass filter, you have a gate, and you have a compressor as well. So this area right here is like an assignable channel strip. Anytime I want to use it, I press select on the channel that I want to assign an EQ to, for example, turn the EQ on, build the curve, whatever it is, however you want to assign it, and then just move on to the next channel and do the same again. So, if you'd like to learn more about some of the powerful features that you can achieve with the Soundcraft SI Expression, get in contact today with your local Sweetwater sales engineer to learn more, or go to sweetwater.com and look for the SI Expression in the product pages.